What's up, guys? YouTube, what's going on? Dave from North Lake Aquatics here on a beautiful Friday today. It's got to be like 1 degrees out there, snow's melting, it's great. So I figure I'd start a video today. I bought a whole bunch of stuff and I'm getting ready to build a top cover for my 140-gallon tank, show tank upstairs. But today I figure I'd go over something that I've learned doing fish keeping as a hobby, and it's probably my #1 tip to give you guys out there, and that is to be patient. When you're doing this hobby, the #1 thing I can't stress enough is be patient with the process of going through everything. Whether you're doing it just for fun, whether you want to set up breeding, whether you want to eventually own a pet store, whatever, you name it, the key is to be patient with everything. And what I mean by this is like, I have juvenile fish behind me in my 55-gallon, and I have a 60-gallon with not juveniles or more adult fish. I have a 30-gallon with more juveniles, a 20-gallon with pretty much extra fish that I've left over from the first time I started this hobby, and I didn't know anything much about it. And then I have a fry tank, which is like ultimate patience over there. But the biggest thing, especially when growing fish, is it's not an overnight process. I have been growing these fish now for a month, 2 months, right? It has been a long stint. They haven't even colored up yet, the males, right? I don't even know what sex they are yet. The fry, they're still tiny. Like, they've grown a lot, you could tell, but they're still very small fish. And this isn't like a overnight kind of thing that you could just kind of be like, okay, tomorrow night, boom, I'm making money, boom, I got a wonderful fish tank. These are things that just are unrealistic. The name of the game is to be patient, be due diligent on your maintenance, and make sure that you get everything you need done. And it's all a waiting game, because finally, on one of my male electric blues that are in this 55 behind me, he's starting to color up. He's starting. He hasn't colored yet. He's starting to get his bands. His mouth is starting to turn blue. But he's still not there yet. And it could be a week from now. It could be 2 weeks. It could be a month. Who knows? We will see. But it's funny because every time I go down, I'm like, oh, what's he going to color up? It doesn't matter. It's all about being patient. And it's not even about the fish and being patient too. It's also about your equipment, right? Like, if you want to get tanks, and you want to get used tanks, for example, guess what? They're only going to come around every so often. So when they do, you got to be ready to jump on them. But that could be weeks. You could be waiting weeks. So are you going to spend more money, get new tanks? Sure, you could. I mean, if that's your business, if you have the extra money. For me, personally, I don't have the extra money. So I had to get all my stuff secondhand. And you know what? Once in a while, you get a good deal. Once in a while, things pop up and you're like, oh, that's perfect. This guy's getting out of the fish hobby. I'll take it off his hands. I'll give him however much money. You get a great deal out of it. Things are good. But that only happens few and far between. When it does, jump on it. But don't be expecting it, because, again, you got to be patient. While I'm setting up tanks, my 140-gallon upstairs, I've had that thing for probably a month now. I've had it for a long time, and I got it for next to nothing. But seam was busted on one of the corners. I don't have a stand for it. It had crappy black paint all over it. It needed a cleaning. It needed to be re-siliconed on the inside. I need to make a cover for it, which I'm doing fairly soon. When I have more time, I'll make sure I go through a step-by-step process to show you guys what I did, what materials, how it all works out. And I could have another one for my 55-gallon here as well, which I will show you later on in the process. But that being said, my 55-gallon, I got a 60, I got a 30. These were all things that took time. They, like I was lucky in my process, because I was able to get everything that I needed from the person that I bought it off of, and it just ended up working. Like, we just ended up, I could set it up, you know, my cycle was already good because I already had bacteria going, and a lot of my filters didn't take long, took me like a week. Now I can see that I'm being held up on the process of waiting for my young fish to grow, and that's just the name of the game. But that's the best part, is, you know, caring for these fish. They're a pet. That's what they are. They're like a dog. My dog was tiny, and now all of a sudden she's grown after a year and a half. But that's the thing, is you got to be patient when you're doing this hobby. To get fish stocks, sometimes fish just aren't in stock. You got to wait. If you really want to get them, then you got to mail, you know, get the mail to you. That takes a long time. It's just, that's the name of this game, is patience. And I know when I first got into this hobby, from experience, I was not patient in a lot of things that I did, and I continually kept, you know, trying to go forward and trying to get everything that I needed and really get into this process. But now I kind of look at it and I'm like, you know what, maintain what I have. If something comes up, great. If I have time to do something and keep on building what I have now, wonderful. A lot of times I don't have it, but when I do, I do. And I know this probably hasn't been put on YouTube. It might have, but to be patient is like such a great thing. You know, sometimes you just gotta wait, and sometimes things happen fast. You know, it's that whole hurry up and wait mentality. So that's definitely one thing that I've learned doing this fish hobby. And I hope that helps you guys out. If you're feeling like frustrated, you know, if you're feeling like, oh, you know, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I have things in the way, I don't have enough money, I don't have the time to do it, step back, be patient, enjoy what you have, and just, you know, slow it down and just enjoy the hobby. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. We're enjoying our fish that we get to grow. You know, we're enjoying the fish that other people buy off us, you know, and then they get to enjoy it. But the biggest thing is to put the right care in, you know, take your time, grow everything that you need to grow, and it all works out in the end. It's actually kind of cool how everything works out. So this is just a quick video. I got to work tonight, so I hope you guys take something away from this. Leave a comment below, right, what you think, how being patient and not rushing things will be better for you in the end than trying to rush things in this fish keeping hobby. So that's it for me, guys. Take care. I got a couple nights of work, and then I'm gonna put in some new content, and I'll have a step-by-step process on how I went through and built a cover for my 140 and 55 gallon here. So take care, guys. See ya.